In Russia, beyond the Arctic Circle, live the Nénets, the last nomadic reindeer breeders. Edik is 14. His father, Guéna, wants him to begin the difficult apprenticeship of his ancestral profession. The Guéna clan consists of 4 families who raise a herd of 4,000 reindeer. For the past 7 years, Edik has only seen his family once a year. He has spent the rest of his time at school in Antapayuta. He now has a difficult choice to make, either to continue his studies or stay with his family. The apprenticeship begins. Guéna wants his son to lasso a reindeer. Edik, however, feels clumsy. There are so many animals, and they run too fast. He doesn't know where to place himself or which animal to choose. The men of the clan know each one of their reindeer. They catch those which are used to pulling a sled. After numerous attempts, Edik finally manages to capture one. It's a young male. Since the mating season is over, Guéna marks the animal for future gelding. The clan has to leave the area where it's presently set up. Spring is coming, and soon the ice on the rivers will be too thin to support the weight of the herd. It's time to go further north. It barely takes 2 hours to load all the sleds. Guéna, however, is worried. The men have found wolf tracks around the herd, which will now have to be guarded night and day. Traditionally, it's the youngsters who are assigned to this task. Edik is going to stand guard. Guéna gives the boy his own rifle, asking Edik not to let the animals disperse. He also suggests not going far from his sled. All alone at night, Edik has to confront not only prowling wolves, but his own fears as well. It's 50 degrees below 0 Celsius. Numbed by the cold, he quickly falls into a deep sleep. The sun is already up. Guéna is furious at finding his son asleep. The wolves came and killed 3 reindeer. In addition, part of the herd ran away. Edik has to go after the strays and bring them back, once again, alone. For the first time in his life, he has to plunge into the unknown, a huge desert of ice which does not forgive even the slightest error. Edik has been walking for 2 days without finding any trace of the missing animals. Suddenly, he discovers reindeer droppings. They seem fresh, but he's not celebrating yet. He knows the spirits of the tundra sometimes like to play tricks on men. The storm is over, and the temperature has fallen to below 40. Although he trusts the Nénets' legendary sense of direction, he's still worried about his son. In the meantime, Edik keeps walking, since he knows that he would die of cold if he stopped. One question haunts him. What if the tracks he found are those of a wild herd? He nevertheless cannot lose hope. Suddenly, he spots some familiar silhouettes. The clan's animals are there at last. Edik has succeeded. He can now sit with the men at the dinner table. He has proven himself worthy of his ancestors, and although he has decided to go back to school, he knows he is a true Nénets, a free and courageous nomadic reindeer breeder. In Mustang, to the west of the Himalayas, the horse is king. If you don't own one, you cannot be considered a real man. In order for each man to have a horse, there is a very old custom called ta peshala. A poor person can strike a bargain with a rich man and buy a mare for a small sum of money. In exchange, he agrees to share all future foals with him. This is Gurmi. He has come to carry out the ta peshala with Meme Yutak, a man of his village who has come with his son. Before giving up this horse, certain traditional rites of the ta peshala must be performed. A year later, the first foal is born. It is meant for Nima, the son of Meme Yutak. According to custom, Meme Yutak baptizes the young mother and her foal with a white scarf. Ten years have gone by. The young mare has become a sturdy horse, offered to Nima as a wedding present. Mustang saddles, covered with rugs woven by the women, are both beautiful and original. Today, Nima meets Sona Tsering, one of the Mustang veterinarians. He possesses a real treasure, an 89-page book all painted by hand, teaching the art of caring for horses. Nima has come to see Sona Tsering because he wants to have his horse immunized against certain diseases. First, the veterinarian shows Nima how to bring the swelling down on his horse's tongue so that he doesn't suffocate. This can happen when animals graze on grass that's too wet. Then Sona Tsering gets ready to use acupuncture on the horse's head to immunize it. In spite of appearances, the animal doesn't suffer. Sona Tsering is one of the last veterinarians in Mustang to apply this ancestral technique. To calm the animal down, he burns aromatic plants with anesthetizing powers. Although a Mustang horse is small, it is very robust and can carry heavy loads at altitudes of up to 15,000 feet. Whether he's trotting or walking, he ambles, meaning he raises his two legs on the same side at the same time. Following his father's advice, Nima goes to the Lupras monastery to see one of the last great lamas who still practices a ritual creating a holy union between man and horse. It's a big day for Nima as he stands in front of the lama, Tsampa Pakla, who will perform an 800-year-old ritual. First, he sews strips of material on the horse's mane, symbolizing the different parts of the world. This will bring him luck and long life. Then, Tsampa Pakla applies orange paint to the animal's body. It links the horse to its master. Nima will now be the only one who can ride it. The final step of the ceremony consists of purifying the animal through fumigation, as the prayers asking the gods to protect the horse are being uttered. Here in Mustang, the horse is essential to the lives of these men who live on the roof of the world. And since nature around them never changes, neither does the love men have felt for these animals for centuries.